Welcome back to Investing and Trading Live, sponsored by Online Trading Academy. And Online Trading Academy, over 25 years teaching people just like you how to trade and invest in the financial markets, stocks, options, futures, forex, making smart decisions also in those retirement accounts, 401ks, IRAs, whatever that retirement account that you have, to hopefully have more choices during those retirement years. If you did miss tickets to that investing class, we've had a lot of people text in on this holiday weekend for these free tickets for an investing class at our local academies. Now, by the way, these are 2-hour classes, usually in the mornings during the week, mornings on the evening, in the weekends. Also, we have them in the evenings during the week. Hopefully, that was not too confusing for our listeners. But basically, we have these classes for anybody at any time. And you can text the word investing to the number 210-210 for 2 seats for this class. Text the word investing to the number 210-210. And the special holiday giveaway, the Quick Start Kit, financial Quick Start Kit at that, to help you get started right away. That also includes some free stock picks from jolly old St. Nick. And Al, in that last segment, I had another Christmas joke for you. And since we're in this third segment, here's number 3 for you.
Oh, I'm not doing too well on these either, am I?
Well, let's see if you can get this one. Who is never hungry at Christmas? It's the turkey.
I was going to say it's the turkey.
He's
I
always
had that one right.
stuffed.
Oh,
he's always stuffed.
Okay.
Well, Al, there's a lot of turkeys in the financial markets, and in the crypto market, there was just a turkey that allegedly did some stuff with FTX.
It was one big turkey.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter because a lot of our listeners aren't really in the crypto market, but a lot of them have 401ks and IRAs, and they want to be able to make smarter investing decisions with those because, as I kicked off the show, I mean, not to beat a dead horse or anything, but the markets are down big time on the year. I mean, you look at Facebook on the year down about 66%. So a lot of people are holding these stocks in these retirement accounts, waiting or hoping they will come back. And I got to ask you as a listener, is hope a strategy? And you're probably in your car driving right now or listening in the garage or something, and you're saying, hope is not a strategy. So, Al, you help a lot of people that come to the academy, that come to these investing classes, see what's available with those retirement accounts, and no longer have a hope strategy, actually have a real strategy to make smart investing decisions with those in all market conditions. So what are some of the things that you do to help people bridge that gap and allow people to hopefully make better choices during those retirement years?
Well, one thing, Josh, is to let people know that in retirement, oftentimes you're relying on an outdated strategy, a strategy that really has failed you in 2022. You mentioned, people just kind of holding on. That's what you're told to do by Wall Street. That's been the go-to for many, many years, is buy and hold and just wait for the market to come back. If you're in retirement or getting close to retirement and you see your portfolio go down 20% or 30%, or back like in 2008, a lot of people lost 40 to 60% of their assets. You may never get that back. It may take so long to get that back that you'll never recoup what you lost, but you'll also never recoup the profit that you could have had you not watched your portfolio go down. We mentioned earlier how important it is to protect what you have. This is, I don't know how to emphasize this more, Josh, but already people have been hurt this year. Don't let that continue to happen to you, and try to learn strategies. And there are strategies, and we talk about that. We teach them at Online Trading Academy how to have the opportunity to recoup what you lost. And you can't do that by just being average and doing what the majority of the public may do. It's like the status quo. That buy and hold is not working. It's especially with what we're going to see over the next few years. The people that are just holding on to what they have are probably going to be very sorry that they did that. This is a trader's market. There are strategies out there, but it doesn't make any difference whether the market is crashing or whether we're in a roaring bull market. There are always assets, there are always choices you can make that will benefit you. And a lot of people think, well, if the market's crashing, I'm just going to have to go down with it. That is not the case. First of all, protect yourself. Learn strategies. And I think we're really concerned about the people that are in retirement, going into retirement right now, because there are a lot of things out there that are pointing to less than a real stellar year or two ahead of us. And the Fed has even said that. Jerome Powell said, we're into restrictive territory. He said, it's now not so important how fast we go. It's far more important to think what is the ultimate level, how long do we remain restrictive. There's a strong view on the committee, the Fed committee, that we'll need to stay there until we're really confident that inflation is coming down in a sustained way, and we think that will be some time. Well, as long as they're being restrictive, as long as those interest rates remain high, it's going to impact the bottom line of these companies. Their earnings are going to go down. What drives the market really is profit and earnings, and those things are going to be impacted. So it's critical that you learn how to maneuver these markets properly. And a lot of people look at millionaires and think, well, what are they doing? What can I do that they're doing? Well, we go over those things, but I think it's important to understand that millionaires own about 89% of all individually held stocks. CNBC did what they call a millionaire survey.
Millionaires or billionaires?
These are, millionaires and then above. So millionaires, it would include billionaires. Okay. But they did what they call a millionaire survey, and they're finding that they're betting on double-digit declines in the year coming up. 56% think the market will be down 10%. Another third think that the market will be down 15%. And they're bearish about the economy. 60% expect the economy to be weaker or much weaker. But I think this is really critical, Josh, because a lot of people think, well, I've got an advisor, we'll be okay. Millionaire pessimism is also affecting their views of their financial advisors. A majority say they have consulted very little or not at all with their financial advisors how to position for inflation. Approval levels for financial advisors have never dropped this much this quickly at all wealth levels. And they feel that their advisors are not communicating or preparing them for how to deal with it. You have to take responsibility. This is way too important to hand off to somebody who so far maybe has let you down, hasn't protected you, and has resulted in your portfolios going the wrong direction. This is an opportunity, a time to get the education to be able to take advantage of the opportunities that can benefit you in any market condition, but also make sure you are protected no matter what you do and what assets you're holding.
Yeah, and I was just kind of thinking about different strategies, and I'm going to give you an example of one here. Is an outdated strategy. If people are in outdated strategies and they're hoping to have good results in a different time, it's just not going to happen. Over time, it doesn't work that way. An outdated strategy, an example would be, Al, you might even remember this. When people used to farm back in the day, it wasn't a bunch of
people aren't farming anymore.
No, let me finish here.
You go ahead.
Instead of having all these beautiful, nice tractors, John Deere, Massey Ferguson, all those nice tractors, they had a horse,
right, with
a one-bottom plow, and they were plowing fields that way.
Yep.
That is an outdated strategy. You remember those days, Al? And
barely.
So that's really the same kind of thing in the financial markets. If you're using an outdated strategy, it's going to be very difficult to succeed in the markets. If you want to learn more about these different wealth strategies. If you're worried about that 401k or IRA, text in right now for 2 seats for a retirement investment class. Text the word investing to the number 210-210. By the way, this class is free. Text the word investing to the number 210-210. And I was actually thinking about when you were explaining a few things about retirement accounts, and I had a question from a gal at the gym the other day, and she said, well, hey, would you invest in a stock if you didn't agree with it? It didn't do the things, and it was not with your morals. Mm-hmm. And I said, okay, well, what are you talking about? Well, an example would be maybe like Big Pharma. They don't, maybe right. If you don't agree with some of the things that they're doing.
Yeah, or tobacco.
And I said, okay, well, I mean, you don't have to. And I think people are conditioned really to kind of think that way.
Right.
They have to think, okay, if I buy a stock, I have to like it. I have to want it to succeed or whatever. But if you think about it, it doesn't matter because it's just speculation. And that's what we train and teach at Online Trading Academy is how to speculate the market properly, not fall in love with these different stocks because that's just an opinion. And we all know if you fall in love with something, you may be making emotional decisions. How you take the emotions out of those decisions is based your decisions off price, which is where you get you get that information from a platform. So that way you're basing those decisions off of facts, not just an opinion that you have. So you don't really want to really marry a stock. Well, one of my mentors always used to say, you just want to date it.
You're right. You're either dating a stock or you're marrying it.
Yeah, and you can give it back when the date is over, which would be your investment. You give it back when you're done with that trade. And that's what kind of an example there of not really falling in love with stocks or really caring what that company does. You just want it to give you a profit, and that's what the goal of trading and investing is. So if you want to learn more about these techniques and strategies, text the word investing to the number 210-210 for 2 free seats for an investing class at our local academies. Text the word investing to the number 210-210. Al, we have one more segment to go on this holiday weekend, and it's a great weekend for the markets. No Santa Claus rally, so we're going to talk about strategies no matter which way this market goes. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.